Lionel Messi was subbed out in the 50th minute after Inter Miami's 5-3 win on aggregate against Nashville SC in the CONCACAF Champions Cup round of 16. After being rested for the game against Montreal, Messi was expected to start against Nashville in the second leg of the CCC, and he did. All of the Fantastic Four were there: Suarez, Messi, Alba, and Busquets all played in that game. Just a couple minutes into the second half, Tata Martino decided to sub Messi off due to an injury in his right leg. Now, the reason why I opened with this is because everybody was very worried. Everybody was questioning why he got subbed off so early. He didn't look injured when he was coming off the field. He didn't look frustrated when he was coming off the field. So it just raised a lot of questions. So after the game, Tata Martino addressed it and said that the substitution was done out of precaution, saying that Messi had an overload in his right leg. It was really bothering him. They wanted to see if Messi could continue to play, but after a couple minutes, Messi was like, nah, it's really hurting. So as a precaution, Tata Martino said, you know what? We're not going to risk it. Just come off. And to be fair, they didn't need Messi for the rest of the second half. Suarez did very well. The rest of the team played very well. But yeah, also in that post-game press conference, Tata Martino said, and I quote, "I imagine he won't be available for Saturday's game against DC United. They will surely be taking imaging and we'll see how he evolves." So that's going to be another regular season game that is missed by Messi. It just so happens that on March 22nd and March 26th, the international break window where Messi will go to represent Argentina. But yeah, a lot of people say that the team can't perform without Messi, and he's already been injured twice this season. But people who say that don't really know Inter Miami. They don't know the team and the quality we have in this squad. We have so many good players in this squad. We have Robert Taylor, Federico Redondo. We have Diego Gomez. We have Aviles. We have Drake. We have a solid player in each position, and we have a solid squad overall. A very young squad as well. And it's also, for some reason, I'm trying to figure out why Inter Miami play better when it comes to like a playoff game or a knockout game. It's like, I feel like they always seem to put in a little more effort. I know that I could definitely word that better, but I feel like there's just a little more drive when they play a knockout round, and especially at home. I predicted that Inter Miami were going to win 2-1 against Nashville in the second leg, and they ended up winning 3-1. But yeah, enough of the intro. Let's get straight into the match. The opening goal came in the 7th minute where there was a ball played by Jordi Alba on the left-hand side. Luis Suarez pulls off this dummy move which completely threw off the defender, getting him out of position, and Suarez makes the run and tucks it in, bottom right corner. It was a great start for Inter Miami. The second goal actually comes from an assist from the young midfielder Diego Gomez. Diego Gomez just doesn't ignore, but instead chooses to drive into the penalty area because everybody is expecting a pass to Lionel Messi. So he takes advantage of that, or he takes the very little space that he's given and the very little time that he's given to drive into the box. Then, at the last moment, he cuts it back to Leo, where he takes a touch and also bangs it into the bottom right corner, doubling Inter Miami's lead and leading on aggregate 4-2. The final goal for Inter Miami came in the 63rd minute, where a beautiful whipped in cross by Luis Suarez founded Robert Taylor, beautifully heads it into the back of the net, making it 3. And Taylor came off the bench in the 50th minute, so he just scored 13 minutes after he came on. Let's just talk about the formation. The starting 11 was pretty much every best player that we've had at the club. So we're playing the 5-back. It's Drake Callender in goal with Jordi Alba on the left, Freire left center back, Sergei Kritsov, Aviles on the right center back, and then Julian Gresso as the right wing back. In the midfield is Diego Gomez, Sergio Busquets, and Redondo in that order. And the top two is, of course, Luis Suarez and Lionel Messi. Now, I've always been a big hater of Tata playing with the 5-back or the 3-back, but it honestly makes sense for him to do so within the situation that they're in. They currently don't have a natural right back, and they played David Ruiz as a right mid last time, and it wasn't really good. So I've always been like a big hater on it, but last night it worked very well, and the team played phenomenal with this formation. Jordi Alba and Julian Gresso both really took advantage of getting up those wings and taking the flanks, especially in the defense. Nothing really stood out to me in specific from individual players, but I thought Sergei, I've been kind of talking smack on Sergei. Not really talking smack, but he wasn't really performing up to par along with the other center backs. I think that he had a better game last night, and I think the help of Freire and Aviles in that back five really helped him out. Busquets had a quiet game in the midfield. I thought out of that midfield three, Diego Gomez was the best one. He stood out the most. He obviously got an assist, but I really like Diego Gomez. I really highly rate him, and I've been saying it from the beginning. He's one of our younger, better players, and we should be expecting good performances out of him, and I think he needed some adjustment. I don't know if he's totally set, but he's definitely more comfortable now with the team than he was previously, especially last season. I liked how Redondo looked tonight. I think he looked very composed, very calm. While he had the ball, even off ball, I think he was very good, finding in the spaces, transitioning back and forth. And I think that partnership with Busquets definitely helps. We all know Federico Redondo really looks up to Sergio Busquets, so I think that partnership also works out really well. And I mean, what can I really say about the attack? I mean, it's Luis Suarez and Lionel Messi. They both got a goal. They both got an assist. It was just man of the match performances from both of them, really, and it's not going to get any better than that. Messi only played 50 minutes. Suarez played pretty much the entire game. He got subbed off 85th minute. A lot of people expect a lot of things from Suarez. I know I definitely am. I'm expecting a lot from him despite his age and despite all the injuries and what a lot of people say. I say that Suarez is a poacher. He obviously made me eat my words. He's been proving me wrong a lot recently. I just be saying those things because it just has me worried as somebody watching somebody of his age with the history that he had with his injuries. It kind of scares me because I feel like it's like one wrong move and then like he's not gonna be performing the same. But he's pretty much playing out there like his old self. Like he's creating chances. He's not playing like a poacher at all. And yeah, no, he just made me eat my words again. So I'll hold my hands up. And again, this is the second time that I'm holding my hands up and apologizing to Suarez because I'm underestimating him in this Miami squad. I really thought, especially from the preseason and even in like maybe the first or second game of the season, I was just very worried to see what to expect from Suarez. But I've been really liking him recently. Even when he doesn't score, I see the effort, I see the plays and the runs that he's making. The communication between Alba, him, and Messi is just on point. And even without Messi, and even when Messi came off, like I think his communication with Robert Taylor and just pretty much with the rest of the team, I thought was pretty amazing. So it's what you can expect from a world-class player. And I'm hoping we can expect this consistently from him for the rest of the season. To talk a little bit about Nashville, I've said it before and I'm going to stand by it. Nashville are not a good team, in my opinion, like especially compared to Inter Miami. Like there was just no reason for us to struggle against Nashville. I think that, yes, they have quality players. They have Schaffelberg, they have Mukhtar, they have Sam Surridge. Even more, their right back is really good. Moore, I believe, is a good right back. Caused a lot of problems for us in the first leg. He got the assist in this leg. So Moore is a really good player. So they have quality players. I think it's just as a team collectively, it's just not there. And the fact that people call this a rivalry game is, in my opinion, it's just a bunch of nonsense. I think this is just nowhere near a rivalry game. So yeah, Inter Miami's next fixture is going to be against DC United. They have 1 win and 2 ties in the last 3 games, and they've had pretty difficult games. But in all honesty, DC United this season are pretty much going to be a mid-table team. A lot of pundits and journalists expect them to finish around 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th place. So this is definitely a game that should be winnable. We are traveling to DC for this game. DC also have a new coach and a new general manager. They have Christian Benteke and then Ted Pietro up top as a good partnership. But I think even though they have like quality players in each position, I think they're still lacking a bit. So it's definitely not going to be an easy game despite people predicting them finishing mid-table, but I do still see Inter Miami getting the win. Messi's not going to be a part of the squad, just like Tata Martino said. I think regardless, we still can play well without Messi, especially if everybody else, if Luis Suarez is still going to play, Busquets and Alba are still going to play. I think if we play in this same formation, if we play the way we played against Nashville last night, we're going to do just fine. We'll put Robert Taylor up top, you can put Campana up top, and then you can still make substitutes. And as substitutes for Alba, we have Noah Allen is a great substitute option. I don't like him starting the games, but I love him as a substitute. I think he's a great rotation player. So yeah, DC United are coming off a 0-0 draw against Cincinnati. That's a pretty tough game for them to win, especially away from home. So now they go back to Audi Field. They do play better at home. A lot of teams do play better at home in the MLS. Playing away in the MLS is a very, very difficult thing to do, especially with all the traveling and just a completely different environment. You're basically traveling to a whole other country every week. People underestimate how big the United States actually is. But yeah, for my prediction for this game against DC, I would say with a team without Messi, I think Inter Miami will pull the win 2-1. DC United are definitely going to score, especially at home. There's no possible way that they don't score. So I definitely predict that they'll score. I think 2-1 is a good result. I think it's a good prediction. And I definitely see Inter Miami getting the win. So anyways, thank you so much for watching this Inter Miami match review. Please make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Leave a comment down below if you have agreed or disagreed with anything that I've said. And yeah, make sure you check out the other previous videos, especially from the first leg, where I talked about Messi's almost career-ending tackle against Lucas McNaughton. Also, just a quick side comment, Lucas McNaughton, the player that literally almost ended Messi's career, didn't do anything that game. And people were like praising him and saying, oh yeah, the people were like very proud that like he almost ended the best player's career, and that's just messed up. So anybody who thinks that is funny or is like praising that, no, that's not funny at all. Breaking somebody's leg in half is not funny at all. But it doesn't matter because Nashville are out and he played terrible that game. And he played terrible in the first leg as well. But anyways, it's over with. And yeah, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you to everybody who has done that so far. All the support is very, very appreciated. So thank you for subbing, thank you for commenting, and thank you for interacting with me, as that is the most enjoyable thing to do when making these videos. I'll see you guys in the next time. Make sure you check out the other videos if you are interested, and I'll see you this Sunday.